Hello friends, a few years ago I decided to build this PC especially for video editing and Tekken. I choose the Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus motherboard. And for the graphic card is a GeForce RTX 2070 Super with twin fan and 8 GB of memory. And as for memory, I choose G-Skill brand Trident Z 32 GB of RAM. Its slot is 16 GB. And as for the power supply, I did my research and decided to get the EVGA 750 watt. It's more than enough. The main CPU is a AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. It's a 8-core 16-thread unlocked. Now I install 2 slots of 32 GB of RAM. The second slot seems easier and faster to get in. And as for the digital storage, it's a Samsung 970 EVO Plus, just a 1 TB. I'm gonna add more later on. For this PC case, I choose the NZXT Compact ATX mid tower with a timber glass side panel. And this is how it looks like after I install the motherboard and the cable arrangement on the back side panel. And then I install 2 fans of the CPU liquid cooler. And I decided to go with a CPU liquid cooler. Then I set the proper memory frequency on the BIOS, which is DDR4 3600 MHz. And this is the final result after I finish the installation. Now, before we run and test Tekken 7, it needs to optimize first. In order to do that, we need to launch the Steam client. Right click on Tekken 7 and choose Manage, then browse local files. You need to go inside the Tekken game directory, not the Tekken 7 exe. Then binaries, Win64, and right click on the Tekken game Win64-shipping.exe. Then you choose the properties, then go to compatibility tab and select disable full screen optimization. Click apply and OK. The tools I use to monitor my graphic card is MSI Afterburn. You can download from the official website, which is msi.com Afterburn, in case you didn't have it yet. Then you can launch Afterburn and go to Settings and Monitoring tab. I choose to monitor the GPU, temperature, usage, memory usage. But the most important is the frame rate and frame time. And make sure to enable show on screen display. And then click OK. Next, you need to load NVIDIA control panel by right-click on Windows 10 or 11 desktop wallpaper. Select Manage 3D Settings and select Program Settings. As you can see, I already have Tekken 7. In case you don't have it, you need to add by selecting Tekken 7 program. And also I need to set the max frame rate enabled to 60 frames per second. From there, depending what type of monitor you have, in my case I disable vertical sync, which is VSync, since my monitor doesn't support it. And then finally I can launch Tekken 7. In Tekken, you need to go to Options menu and select Graphics Settings. Set Screen Mode to Full Screen. Select your resolution depending your monitor type. Mine is a 4K, so I choose the max resolution. The most important is set the VSync to off. For the rendering quality, I select Custom and I set mostly high and ultra. But once again, your setup could be different than mine. Alright, Tekken 7 is loading. Let me set the player rate on. And if I reset, if you notice, the frame time doesn't change at all. If you notice on the top left of the screen, you should see a little graph. You can see the GPU temperature and usage. In the second line, the memory usage. And in the last line, the frame rate, 60 frames per second, and the frame time. Now, we want to keep the frame time at 60.6 millisecond or under 60.6 millisecond, but not higher. This is how many milliseconds to put into one frame. It looks pretty smooth. The game looks very good. It feels much better when you're playing, actually. For those of you at home, you're gonna say that, it doesn't feel that much. But when you play, it feels much better. As you can see, the frame time maintains at 60.6 millisecond, sometimes at 60.2 millisecond, but not higher than that at all time. It's very consistent. It looks very smooth. There's no fluctuation that much, and this is what we want. So that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Until then, I will see you next time. Bye bye.